And another thing, while we're on a roll, watching the media trying to say, and the Tory MPs making excuses for themselves, saying, well, if it wasn't for reform, of course, we would have won more seats. Blah, blah, blah. Well, if it wasn't for you, reform was. I'm one of the few bloggers that actually reads the messages and reads the comments on threads and see what people are saying to me. And before Nigel Farage came back into the affray, my message box was full of people saying they weren't going to vote. They weren't interested. Didn't matter when the election was, there's no way they were going to vote for the Tories, and they couldn't stand Labour, they weren't going to vote. These are Brexiteers mainly, obviously. And that was message after message, day after day, hundreds of them. I get 150 messages a day on Facebook. And then Nigel came back, and the dynamic in the messages changed from I'm not going to vote, I'm fed up, I'm just walking away from it, from that to, oh, brilliant, Nigel's back, we've got something to vote for. They obviously understood they're not going to vote for him, they have to vote for a candidate and they need one in the constituency, yada, yada, yada. But he changed it. So it's not that Reform have actually taken any seats away from the Tories. They've taken as many away from Labour. What they've done is they've motivated people to come out and vote. So if Reform wasn't actually present, the main difference you would see lower turnout. It would have just been a lower turnout. You've got to recognise that, because Nigel Farage has stimulated people into being proactive again. That will stay now that he's in office in Westminster. So the next time we have something to vote on, to do, we'll be more proactive again. I honestly believe, even if Keir Starmer had a referendum on the European Union, that the country would still vote to leave. They're living in false utopia if they think just because they're in power they're going to go back into the European Union, because I feel sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that they can't just do it. They'd have to put it to a vote because it was a referendum that took us out. There's so many people that are now active again that voted for Brexit and have seen what has happened to this country, that still want to be away from tyranny. So when people are telling you that basically Reform split the Tory vote, that's not what I see in my messages. What I see in my messages is that Nigel Farage stimulated more people to go out and vote. So all that would have happened, the reality is the figures would have been pretty much the same, apart from the fact there would have been an even lower turnout. So in those 92 or 98 seats where Reform came second, a large proportion of those people would have just disappeared. They wouldn't have come out to vote. It's as simple as that.